Let's execute an immediate high-gear tactical shift away from blood-splattered crime scenes and step directly into the hyper-volatile, calculation-heavy world of high-stakes legal warfare, corporate malfeasance, and razor-sharp courtroom tradecraft. We are stepping on to the gritty streets of Chicago with The Litigators, an exceptional, fast-paced legal thriller that stands as a brilliant masterclass in institutional drama, written by the undisputed vanguard of the legal suspense genre, John Grisham. Let's lay out the strategic narrative grid. If you are a fan of stories where an elite, hyper-focused attorney must completely re-engineer his career while tracking a massive corporate conspiracy, where a small boutique law firm uses sharp investigative logic to take down a multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical titan, and where the author utilizes an incandescent David versus Goliath mass-tort diagnostic routine to test our protagonist's survival parameters, this book is engineered to lock you in. Grisham completely dominates the gritty courtroom noir dynamic, capturing the heart-racing procedural momentum, severe corporate cover-ups, and intense psychological friction popularized by authors like James Patterson, Michael Connelly, and Scott Turow, while treating real-world civil procedure, legal ethics, and raw courtroom panic with absolute mastery. The narrative tracking grid zeroes in on our central protagonist, David Zink. He is a brilliant, hyper-educated corporate lawyer operating under a strict, exhausting burnout protocol at a soul-crushing international mega-firm. His daily workspace is a high-stakes ecosystem of 80-hour workweeks, clinical document reviews, and endless corporate restructuring. His psychological perimeters are locked down tight, his analytical focus entirely consumed by protecting the financial assets of massive conglomerates, until a sudden mental break forces him to walk out of his office and land squarely on the doorstep of a chaotic, bottom-feeding street firm. The spark ignites when David joins forces with Finley and Fig, a two-partner storefront operation specializing in quick traffic accidents, low-level divorces, and amateur-hour legal scams. The firm's active scanning perimeter registers a massive diagnostic anomaly. A popular cholesterol drug manufactured by a giant pharmaceutical corporation is causing devastating cardiac failures across the country. The data metrics flash a multi-billion-dollar mass-tort opportunity. Finley and Fig isn't just looking at a standard class action file. Their operational grid tracks that if they can successfully prove corporate negligence in court, they will completely shatter the pharmaceutical titan's defensive lines, securing an astronomical payout that could permanently change their lives. The tactical parameters instantly explode into an active hot zone as the small, unequipped storefront firm gets dragged into the high-frequency arena of federal mass-tort litigation. The investigative tracking clock drops into an incredibly hostile rhythm as the reality of a massive corporate counterattack turns David's new professional sanctuary into a volatile psychological pressure cooker. Our rogue associate transforms into a fiercely realistic, entirely pragmatic lead litigator, deploying his elite corporate training, meticulous research tradecraft, and unyielding psychological focus to establish a counter-surveillance grid around the pharmaceutical corporation's hidden lab data. When a small army of elite, expensive defense lawyers tries to permanently bankrupt his firm and suppress the medical anomalies, David's survival instincts engage their deployment tracks. Every late-night analysis of clinical trial reports, every quiet deposition in hostile corporate offices, and every tense observation of changing courtroom dynamics chips away at his institutional trust. What follows is an exceptional, high-stakes war of technical perspective and raw legal survival. We watch David's clinical perimeters completely unwrapped as he realizes that the pharmaceutical titan will stop at nothing to fix the trial, using their massive wealth to deploy aggressive defense strategies that threaten to totally dismantle his firm's legal infrastructure. While he smooths over his partner's chaotic blunders with devastating analytical force, the arching countdown clock takes a dangerous turn, proving that the defense has detected his active investigative vector and is preparing a devastating motion to dismiss that could erase the case permanently. To survive the impending federal court trap and outmaneuver the forces running the defense scheme, our rogue litigator must unleash an absolute, unyielding defense of his injured clients. It is a legal thriller, courtroom drama, corporate conspiracy, mass-tort action suspense masterpiece that treats deep civil litigation logistics and intense psychological friction with elite precision. The tension here burns with a sharp, calculation-heavy intensity. We're talking about that high-frequency, one wrong admission on the witness stand will destroy your entire case energy,
where a sudden surprise piece of evidence, an unexpected ruling from an unpredictable federal judge, or a heavy possessive realization that a trusted expert witness has been bought off carries massive structural weight. Grisham writes with an exceptionally fresh, vivid, and beautifully blunt voice, perfectly capturing the clinical, cold hum of corporate boardrooms, the oppressive atmosphere of a crowded federal courthouse, and the distinct, subtle scent of old paper briefs, stale coffee, polished oak, and pure, unadulterated suspense. What truly elevates this milestone standalone novel into elite territory is the author's unmatched ability to utilize genuine legal procedures and complex corporate law to deliver flawless educational accuracy without ever slowing down the breathless narrative pacing. Our protagonist doesn't rely on unbelievable Hollywood action tropes. His immense intelligence, meticulous attention to detail, and independent drive match the complexity of the legal world he dominates step for step, making his choice to risk everything to uncover the truth feel profoundly authentic and deeply gripping. The pacing moves with calculated momentum, tracking intense legal stalemates and breathtaking courtroom cross-examinations before ratcheting up to an absolute jaw-dropping final verdict that delivers permanent, hard-earned peace to his sector of the city. The Litigators is the definitive pro-level upgrade your contemporary suspense and high-stakes legal fiction library demands right now. It is elegant, immensely fast-paced, and utterly unput-upable. It proves that when your entire universe is managed by corrupt networks of wealth and power, the most revolutionary play you can execute is to trust the data, stand before the bar, and fight like hell for the truth. So, secure your personal reading sanctuary, review your emotional defensive perimeters, open your Kindle, and prepare to approach the bench.